We're not having ice cream.
No. What we have?
We're going to have a punch bowl cake.
A punch bowl cake.
A punch bowl cake.
Let's break the silence. This is all things Greggy. Come take a ride. Living our truth with nothing to hide.
Good morning, family.
Hey, what's up, fam?
We still in this car. We are still in the car. We're on our way to the store actually to pick up a few things because it is Easter morning, right? It's Easter morning, and I have been asking Donald and Trey for a week. I'm like, what would you guys like for Easter dinner? Because there's an Easter dinner. Trey was like, what you cooking?
What you got?
No, honey. What would you like for Easter dinner? See, I guess I had my children trained because I'd be like, what would you guys like for Easter dinner? Now, what I would normally do is grill. This would be the first time of the year that I grill, which would be on, Easter. We break out the grill for the first time. I only barbecue 3 times a year. Easter, Memorial Day, and 4th of July. That's the only time I would grill, right? And so I'm asking them. Now, I don't want to go grill because it's a community grill. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to grill here. But I was like, I'll just cook both their favorite meals and we'll have a fun day. I always get sad when I can't spend time with my grandchildren on like Easter and Christmas and stuff like that. And so I'm like, what would you guys like? Because I'm getting excited. Your girl ready to be in her bag, chicken.
What's a traditional Easter meal?
Well, most people have ham and fixings. You know what I'm saying? But it's whatever you choose to have.
Oh.
I know on our Easter, my mom would barbecue, so that's why I do it. You know what I'm saying? But some people have a ham, and then they have, like potato salad or, just vegetables and stuff like that, and then you'd have your dessert or whatever. But we would go to church, and then come home, open our baskets, and have Easter dinner.
Okay.
Right? Because there was a lot of us in the house. So I asked Donald, that word go again,
that word again.
Asked. So I inquired what they would like. And so, what did you guys come up with?
I don't know. I think it's like, our favorite meals are the $1 million spaghetti.
Now, see, this is what I'm saying. I can't get this man to stay on course.
I don't remember
what
I said.
So he said, so Trey was like, well, I like fettuccine.
Yeah.
And Donald was like, I do too.
Yeah.
So can we have fettuccine?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I make that stuff almost every. That's what they want. So that's what we're having today, fam.
Okay, cool.
We're having fettuccine with garlic bread and a little side salad. Because that's what they want. Give the people what they want. Because it doesn't make sense for me to cook all this stuff and they don't eat it. Now, I couldn't do a ham because Trey doesn't eat pork.
No.
Right? I wonder if they got something called a turkey. They have turkey bacon. I'm gonna get them some
turkey ham. No.
I'm gonna get them a turkey or something. I don't know, but a turkey would have been good.
No.
But I made turkey legs the other day and I baked them. They were really, really good.
They were really good. I'm not a big fan of turkey most of the time, but she said try it, Donald. I was like, okay, I'll try it.
It was really good. I baked it and put a ton of onions on it and gave it a little gravy and poured it over some rice. It was really, really good.
We ate all of it.
So anyway, I didn't feel like getting out yesterday because, your girl was in her feelings about her grandbabies. But guess what, y'all? My Cameron, she gonna come through in the clutch, baby. So my Cameron called me. And she said, Grandma, what you doing? And I was like, girl, I'm just sitting here doing nothing. And she was like, guess what? I got a job. I was like, what? I said, what about cheer? Because she goes to cheer every day, like 5 days a week. But she said they finally got it down to 2 days. I think I told you guys about a week ago that she made varsity cheer team because she was thinking about quitting. And I think she was going to quit because she didn't think she was going to make I don't know why she didn't think she was going to make the team. Those girls can tumble, but Cameron can't. So I think she's going to enroll in a class this summer or whatever else. But anyway, she got her a job. She's super excited. And so as I'm talking to her, she was like, my TT Portia here. And I was like, Portia? And so my daughter gets on the phone and she was like, Mom, what you doing? Why y'all didn't call me? And so as I'm fussing at Portia, who peeks in the phone? Jordan. And then Carter. And my heart just kept getting full. I was like, I've seen all of my grandbabies except for Kobe, dude.
Yeah.
Kobe, I hadn't seen Kobe, but he's the youngest in the family right now, and they just love on Kobe. I can't.
Well, he's the second youngest now.
Oh, Tyson.
Yeah, Kobe's the second youngest now.
But my son called me with Tyson. He always calls me on his off day, and he had Tyson. But yeah, Kobe was the youngest for a while, and like I try to give my love to Kobe. He don't want it. He don't want no parts of Kobe. Kobe don't mess with me like that. Now, if I got something he wants, he'll come and sit next to me. He'll be like, Grandma Peggy. But other than that, I'm like, come on, go with me. He was like, no, you're too boring. You're boring. That's what he said.
Goodness.
And I'm like, well, what do you do at your dad's house? Play the game. You ain't got no game. I was like, well, no, I don't have a game. So he won't come with me. But in a couple of years, when he realizes his grandma's that girl, then he'll be
we can buy a game.
I've been asking you if you wanted a gaming system.
Well, I don't want one for me, but maybe for the grandkids.
Well, we don't see them enough to waste it, because that's a lot of money if you ask me.
Yeah.
I wanted to share, it's not my testimony.
Oh.
But last night I couldn't sleep. Y'all. And so I want to share this girl's testimony. I think her name is Sabrina. She is a YouTuber, and she was one of the first people that I started watching when I started YouTube, right? Sabrina, when I first met her, I met her from the Maury Povich show, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because one of her friends wanted her to come on the show to get a makeover. Now, Sabrina is a young black lady, and she had 4 children, and the oldest of those children was, at the time, was maybe 8. She had 4 children. I don't remember if she was married or not, but whatever happened, she had these 4 children. And when I fell in love with her children because they are so well mannered and they try to help her as much as they can. I feel like they feel like our mom is struggling and we don't want to give her any trouble. That's how because the kids were just, and she had cleaning videos, so she would clean the house and stuff like that. But that's how I found her, from the Maury Povich show, and she got a makeover because her friend was like, my friend Sabrina is so nice. She's a good mother. She doesn't do anything outside of her children. She works. She'll take them to church. And she does, everything she does is with her children. She doesn't even have like friends. If she needs to go out, she goes to the park with her kids and hang out. And she's very religious, right? I love that for her. So anyway, she was in Vegas. She lives in Vegas. And she had just gotten tired of being in Vegas. And so her and the children moved to Texas.
Okay.
Right outside of Dallas, I think. And when I tell you she had the hardest time, my heart just went out to her. Like every time I watched her, it was just struggle and struggle and struggle. So anyway, when she moved to some part of Texas, I want to say it was the Dallas McKinney area, but I could be wrong, but she moved to Texas. I know that for a fact. Her apartment, the way it was set up, the moving truck couldn't bring the furniture up. So they had to park a block away. And the guy was like, I'm not walking that far to help you move your stuff. He was like, so I'm finna go check into this hotel and I'm leaving at like 10 in the morning. You have until then to get your things off the truck.
Wow.
Now, she knew nobody in Texas, and she had 4 kids, all under 9, right? So she walked. She moved all day by herself, and I was like, I wish I could come and help her. But she only had the overnight to get her stuff. And she did it. Like, she didn't have big bulky, well, she had furniture and stuff, but she had to leave it on there. So she got what she could. I mean, this guy didn't want to help her do nothing. And it wasn't his job, you know, and I don't know what kind of condition he was in, but he wouldn't help her at all. And so her YouTube family bought her like the beds for the kids, and they bought a kitchen set and stuff like that. So she finally got on her feet, and she was like, I'm so glad I'm here. I feel like this was from God. And she got a job making more money than she had ever made before. She loved her job. She loved where she lived. Things were going good, right? And I don't know what happened. She fell off my radar for a little while, and I picked her back up about 4 months ago, right? Something happened, and she has to move back to Vegas. Her grandmother's 103 years old, and she records her sometimes and put her on there and talk to her and stuff like that. So anyway, she was just like, she was at her wit's end. She had to move in back with her mom, her grandmother, and she's got these 4 kids in a small house. And she was like, she had no money, nothing, right? She was just, so her kid's father died. The 4 kids, their dad died. And she was like, she was able to start, you know, she was really upset by it, because I think they were still really good friends, right? And she had to break it to her kids and stuff like that. So she was able to get Social Security, so that started her to get money, because she said when she left when she left Texas, she lost her car because she had got sick. And anyway, she was just having a rough time, right? Just a really rough time. And she said she had went on The Price is Right, right? And I was thinking I was going to wake Donna up. I was going to be like, see, I told you. She was going at the same time that we were going to go.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because I wanted to go on The Price is Right. I got tickets and everything, because all you got to do is sign up online to get tickets for The Price is Right. She said she had one time, and she got tickets one time, but she couldn't go. So she said she got tickets this time. And she said it was just something different about this time that I went on The Price is Right. She was like, the energy was just different. And she said being in line, everybody just had good energy. And she was like, you have more fun waiting to get on the show than before you get on the show. And I guess they try to have like a dance party or something to see how your energy is before they let you on the show. And so she said one guy walked over to her. He was like, they're going to select you because you got a beautiful spirit. He was like, I feel it. So y'all, she get on there, right? First contestant. She got on the show. She's the first one of the day. And she said she couldn't remember, because she was just so basking in the glory of being there, right? And so they called her name, and she was like, me? It was like, come on down. She said, I can't even remember what the prize was. She said, but something told me to bet $2,200. And she said, $2,200. So she did it, and she was the first one on The Price is Right. And then she was doing the punching game, right? When she got up there, and she was so excited because the first punch was $1,000, and then the second punch was $5,000. And she was like, Sabrina, what are you doing? Talking to herself. We need this $5,000. And she was like, no, I'll trade that $5,000 in. I'm going to get my money. So she punched and got $10,000, right? And she was like, still not believing it. So she was like, y'all gotta watch me on the show. She said, because I was punching all out of order and messing up the game. And Drew was like, slow down, Sabrina, slow down. But she was just so excited, because she was like, oh, I can move, thinking to herself, now I can move. So she go in the back, and she's crying and having her praise break. So now it's time for the showdown, right? And she say, when I spin the wheel, I can't remember. All I know is she spent that wheel and she got the 100.
What?
She got the 100.
I'm surprised you didn't wake me
up. So
up.
now, not only did she win the $10,000 and the first gift, now she's got, I think she said they give you $26,000 when you do the spin, right? So now she's got $36,000, right? And so now she's going to do the showcase. She's going against this girl, right? And she said, y'all, I am basking in this because I can't believe, she said it was an out-of-body experience. And she said, y'all, why did I win the showcase.
She won the whole
She
thing.
won the showcase. She say, I wasn't paying attention. She say, I was looking at the stuff, and she was like, okay, I need that bedroom because I'm moving. I need the car because I lost my car. So I need that car. And it just had everything that she needed, right? And she said she bid $35,000. And the whole crowd was like, and the other girl bid, but the girl went over by $1,500. She underbid by $15,000.
But still
But
win.
she won.
Because,
and she was like, I won? She say, I could not believe this. She say, I could not believe. She say, so now I got $36,000. I got the bedroom. I got this. I got that. And she was just crying and telling this story. She was like, God is faithful. She was like, because I've been praying, and I'm like, God, you got to do something. I'm happy for her testimony, because I like watching her. You know, you have your favorite YouTuber and you want to watch him, because I felt like she was just getting blow by blow, just bad. But now the girl is up. I felt like it was me. I was so happy for her. Right? Because I'm like, finally, something good. Good. But God showed out for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, he showed out. He gave her everything that she needed. She needed a car. She needed furnishings for her apartment. And I was like, look at God. I know. That was, because I don't know anybody that won on Price is Right.
That is so wild that somebody that
it was just,
you know, somebody you're familiar with.
I feel like I know her. But her name is Sabrina, right? And I'm just telling you, I was so happy for her. My ears was hurting last night. You know how you smile so much your ears hurt? I was like, it feels good when good things happen to good people.
There you go.
Because she's just so kind and so nice, and so you know how you can just feel somebody has a sweet and gentle spirit. That's what you think about when you see her, right? And I was like, man, it couldn't happen to a better person.
That's nice.
It couldn't have happened to a better person. Her testimony was amazing. You hear me? And I was like, God is still in the prayer answering business, y'all. So I'm like, that is amazing.
That is amazing.
But anyway, y'all, Easter blessings, right? Easter blessings. So let's go to the store.
Okay.
And get
fettuccine and garlic bread.
Fettuccine garlic bread, and I'm going to make them have a side salad.
I eat a side salad.
Now, normally, if I'm home, I make everybody a basket.
Yeah.
Everybody a basket. Even my grown son that's 40. Everybody, you finna get this work.
Yeah.
You getting ready to get this work. And they act like they don't like it, but they won't leave without their Easter baskets.
Exactly.
And I don't give them little kitty baskets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I give them like a little bucket, and I fill it with candy and stuff like that, but I can't do that. Now, I would love to make Trey a basket, but he's not that person. I'm just going to buy him a tub of his, not a tub, but a thing of his favorite candies that he like. He likes those turtles.
He like the sour worms. We call it gummy worm with the sour powder on them. He loves those.
He does?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. I don't know. Where will we get that from?
They're all over. All of them. It's on the candy aisle.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to get him a little couple pieces of candy to say, Happy Easter. You know, I want to fluff it up and do all that, but Trey not that person. His basket can't have all that stuff in it. Donald say I do too much. Anyway, fam, we gonna head on over to the store so I can go home and cook. And I was like, so what dessert would y'all like? Ice cream? I'm done. We're not having ice cream.
No. What we have?
We're gonna have a punch bowl cake.
A punch bowl cake.
A punch bowl cake. Have you ever had one?
I have not.
It's kind of like a strawberry shortcake, a little bit.
Okay.
You excited?
I'm excited for it. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, fam. So we'll see you when we get back home.
All right, fam.
All righty. All right, family. So this is a butter cake. Just a box mix. I followed the directions, and so I have let this cake cool off, and now I'm just going to cut it into cubes and start to build my punch bowl cake.
Hey, what's up, fam? So, haven't seen y'all a little bit. So Peggy made the punch bowl cake a couple hours ago, put it in the fridge, And I told her I'm ready to eat now. I'm ready to try it out. Now, I'm not big on strawberries. She knows that. But I like the taste of strawberries, but not the strawberries themselves. I'm not even going to try to explain that because it don't even make sense to me. But I'm going to eat some strawberries because they smelled so good when she was mixing it together and layering it up. So I'm going to go ahead and get me a big scoop of it and try it out on camera. She said, if you do try it without me, make sure you record yourself. So that's what I'm doing, fam. Let's go ahead and get some.
I'm gonna tell you that I love you 100 times a day. You'll get tired of my voice, that's how much I'm gonna tell you that I'll miss you. I'll miss you if you go. Yes, I'm gonna let you know just how much I tell you, mama. I tell you, papa too.
Alright, fam. I'm gonna start off with a small scoop, but I'm probably gonna end up having more. It smells so strawberry-y. Strawberry-y. I'm just gonna eat a straight strawberry first with a little bit of the whipped cream. That's delicious. Okay. That is delicious. Let's try some cake. Some cake, cream, and strawberry. Come on, get on there. All right. Now, she said, I got a feeling this could be your new favorite dessert. This is my top 3. Apple pie in a jar, apple cheese Danish, and this is tied with rum cake. So, but it is delicious. I was worried the texture would get me, because that's why I can't eat banana pudding with the little soft bananas in it and stuff. I know it should taste good, 'cause I like banana flavors, but I don't like soft, mushy bananas. This is fantastic. And she said it's simple, so she got no excuses. I'm gonna end up eating this whole thing on camera. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go, fam. Thanks for watching. Make sure you leave a comment and make sure you hit that notification bell too, because we're probably gonna be going live in the next 7 days or so. If the notification bell is hit, then you'll be able to join us, because we always have a good time on lives. So until the next video, fam, or the live or whatever comes up next, just want to say, God, they did something good for yourself and for others as well. Y'all take it easy, fam. All right.
This is all things Greggy. Come take a ride. Living all the truth with nothing to hide.